Today I will talk about exception handling. You can find built-in exceptions in the Python documentation. I will leave a link in the description below. So first we need to import sys. Then let's write simple functions to check your OS system and raise an exception using the raise keyword. Okay, so here I use the raise keyword and I type a message. I use a runtime error, which is a built-in Python exception error. Now let's call it. Okay, so you'll notice it now called the function, and because I'm not on a Linux environment, I'm on a Windows, it raised the error and the program still crashed. Now let's call the Windows one. Because I am on a Windows environment, it didn't raise the error, it just went straight to the print function. Okay, so now let's see how we can handle exceptions to prevent the program from crashing. To do this, you use the try and except keywords. The try block will try the function. If there's an exception, then the except portion will run and it will display the error, and I've put another print statement in here. So let's test that out. Okay, so you can see it raised the error inside the function, which is that one there, and then it also ran the print. And if we call the is window one, you won't get the except. Okay, so it'll just call this function and it didn't crash, it just ended gracefully. And then we can put a print statement here to show the program is carrying on. Okay, so if I run that again, you'll see it goes into the function, comes out of the try block, and then the program continues. So what happens when there is no exception thrown? You can use the else keyword to run code when there is no exception. Let's add the else block and call the isWindows function. You'll see that no exception is thrown. Okay, so if you run that, you'll see no exception is thrown and the else block will run. Okay, so doing Windows things, doing some more Windows things here, and then the program continues. So now let's cause another error to happen. Okay, so now the first try will succeed, it'll come into the else portion, and then it should throw an error because this file doesn't exist. Okay, so now Python gives you an error and a description of the error. Okay, so now you can use this to actually catch the error, and you can wrap this in in another try block. So you can put try blocks inside other try blocks. Okay, so now it'll try and open the file, and then it'll catch this specific error here. It'll say file not found error, it puts it into there so I can display the error message that comes back. Let's demonstrate that. Run the code. Okay, so now you can see the Windows portion succeeded. So the first try succeeded, it came into the else portion, and then there seems there was an error was printed along with the error message. Okay, so you know exactly what happened, and then it'll exit everything and the program will continue to run. Okay, so the program didn't crash. Okay, so now let's use the keyword finally. The finally block of code will always run, no matter if there's an error or not, and it's probably best used for housekeeping code that must run to clean up connections or open files that don't close because an error occurred. Okay, so let's demonstrate that when there's no error. Okay, this error still gets handled, as you can see. And then the finally ran. Okay, as you can see there. So this code will always run. So if we make it throw an error right at the top, let's call the isLinux function again, you'll see that this finally will still run. Okay, so there it says the function can only be run on Linux systems, which means this function was called. The error that you display in the runtime, okay, then it'll skip the else, and the finally would now have run. So you can see there it is there. Right guys, that's it for today's tutorial on exception handling. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day. Cheers.